Good morning. It's morning for me anyway. Maybe it's evening for you. Welcome to a new episode. I'm giving you a morning vibe today because it is a time I have before needing to be productive, and I'm trying to get ahead of the schedule by maybe being able soon to post one episode a day and get forward faster in this series because I'm looking forward to be done with the game, even though it's a pleasant playthrough. It is a very long game, and I feel like I want to have time for other kinds of content on YouTube. So, yeah. So I'm trying to accelerate. So I might record this evening as well, but this morning I had time. So might have a bit of a morning voice as well. I'm going for a run after this, but. Yeah, we'll see. Judging from the time, this is probably going to be my last investigation. So we did have that warning last time, and we went to do the last thing. So we are coming in. Oh, I think the sound is doubled. Just making sure it's not too loud, because I hate to find out after when I'm editing the video that the sound, the audio is too loud. Tell me about it. It's certainly right at home in the city of entertainment, and look at how crowded it is. It's a shame we don't have time to play tonight. Well, there's always next time. Did you get yourself a membership already? You're really gonna come back, huh? Anyway, this is where Zephyr was last spotted. Be careful. Right. I didn't actually survey the room when they were panning that camera and see if maybe we can... Oh, I bet we can play the casino. Interesting. 100,000 Mira. And I presume someone here was... Indeed. It was just last year. We had a common individual, I shall call them, walk in with more luck than more would dream of having. They held fast to one rule: don't leave the city with a single mirror in their pocket, and so they spent everything they won and more in the club that night. That being said, they were truly in a state of regret upon walking the next morning. What a lame ending. Why was it written in red? I agree, it would have made for a better story if they had no regrets. I'm sure most have come across their share of regrets thanks to liquid courage. Not every day you hear of someone blowing that much at the casino. This might be a good story for Monk. Oh, I thought we were gonna play. But I think there's a way to actually play, right? They're asking me if I want to play, but they're not actually offering me to play. Blackjack? Oh, poker. Alicia poker. I'm just gonna talk to the ones that are mandatory. Or not mandatory, but indicated with a star or something. Like that one was for Monk. Knockers are frickin' huge? Oh, wait. That's classy. Sorry, but I'm not into men who can't handle their liquor. Excuse me, I must be going. You're barking up the wrong tree. Both of these ladies and their knockers belong to me. What? That ain't fair? This is ridiculous. It took me some time to realize what knockers meant. We know her. And I just love a man who smells like Mira. Everything they say enchants me. Really? Okay, this is the... Wait. Aren't you a little bit too young? This slot machine's my favorite one in the joint. If I play this one, I just can't stop winning. Don't tell anyone, though. Is she... Okay, no, I thought she was a little girl, but maybe she's like 18? Casino guest. From the back, like now, she looks like a child. Okay, there's definitely something here. That's some crowd over by the poker table. Should we take a look? Uh, there was no... I think so. Yeah. I was already locked in that. I don't think I could play. Excuse me. Yeah, that's Zephyr.
Oh yeah, this hand's a beaut.
Well, ain't this a bitch? I messed up. Say, is it too late to back out on that bet?
That's unbecoming of the king, you know.
Oh, low blow.
All right, dealer, let's get this show on the road.
If you would, gentlemen, please show your hands.
Oh, that's a full house. 22266. Oh, that's a 4 of a kind. Damn. For the love of Idios, you gotta take it easy on this old park. Of course, Royal Flush. I might have played you a little too hard on this one. A Royal Flush? Oh. You gotta be kidding me? Well, you certainly know how to bluff. You've won all the chips on the table. There's no chips on the table. Sorry, but let me have this one. You still got it, boss. You had to have been cheating, right? Where were you, Zeno? I thought traps were your thing. Hey, you're young. You can bounce back from a loss or two. What do you say? How about the winner buys the losers a drink? Damn it, get off your high horse. Aren't you...
Well, hey, nice to see you again. Where'd I see you before? Sutherland? You're a sight for sore eyes, Purple Lightning.
Yeah. Good to see you, Jaeger King. I'm amazed you can greet us so casually. If he's the Jaeger King, then he's... You would be the head of Zephyr, correct?
Long time no see, I see, maiden.
I don't like his voice acting.
Have I seen this other one around somewhere before?
You'd make any man jealous being surrounded by such beauties. All right. What do you say we take this little chat to that lounge by the corner? That is what you came here for, isn't it?
Yes, please. What? You didn't order a drink? The night is still young. Don't be shy about the price, it's all on me. Easy for you to say. Thanks for the offer, but we're in the middle of work. Not to mention, I don't have the balls to get drunk in front of you guys. I suppose it never hurts to be cautious. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. And what, might I ask, brings a daughter of one of the 4 great houses and the Icy Maiden to me? I'm not here for any official capacity. It would be a waste to not enjoy Raquel's nightlife after coming all the way to La Mer. Fair enough, take a load off then. By the way, I always wanted to thank you for taking care of Fee. That's not something you need to thank us for. We were classmates, of course I'd help her. Fee decided on her own to join Class 7 and become a bracer. If you've got time to thank us, then why not go talk to her? Ouch. You don't mince words, do you? It does sting a little. Still, as we told you on the Pantagruel, we appreciate you looking after her. Alright, do you mind if we get back to business? You're not going to pretend it's some coincidence we saw you here, right? What are you helping the Black Workshop with? This is really nice. Hey, you don't mince words either. I like that. Why not ask a little more then? Aren't you curious about what you saw in Sutherland? That shadow. Sure, I'm curious, but will you give me an answer? Not for free. We Jaegers aren't one to talk to anyone. To just talk to anyone. Cards again? How about we play this? What's that? Is that a Vantage Masters deck? I think it is. We've been playing recently. Here's a real game. If you beat all of us, we might be inclined to let you in on what you want to know. That's all we have to do? You sure are a real piece of work. Boss, I'm not gonna back you up if you complain later. We should always give the young a fighting chance. Besides, the reward is always sweeter when you take it by force. So how about it, Schwarzer? That's fine. I don't mind telling you. By taking your spoils by force is the Jaeger's way through and through. Is that okay with you? Like father, like daughter. Is that what you want? If that's what you want, I accept. I've played Blades, so if it's easy to pick up, I'll join in. The only problem is if I need to make my own deck from scratch. If only this were blackjack or poker. We can't make this too easy for you, Major. I've got two of the same deck. Seems fair enough if we use identical sets, yeah? I would say so. Let me be the judge for this. We need someone to look out for cheating. Do as you like. I'll play one then. I'll play two. How should we do the matchups? I'll go against the Purple Lightning. Then I'll take the Icy Maiden. I guess that leaves me and you. Now, don't bare your fangs just yet. Save those for the game. I wonder if we're gonna have to play 3 games or just one. Angelica confirmed the decks were indeed identical before allowing the games to begin. I'll play Transmute. I'm telling you, you don't want to use that card just yet. You're good. I'll use my blade to power up and do 6 points against the master. That was a strong move. How are you two holding up? They're both good, but the other side's pushing hard. Come on now, focus more on your own game. You don't want to miss what I'll do next. I activate the Kyria Bell card. Damage to all. Ugh, I can't lose here.
You all suck.
What?
Who's that?
What on earth?
Oh,
Just what are you all doing here?
We're here to rescue you again.
they bought a membership for the casino?
Took us long enough to find you.
Hey, I remember you lot. See some new faces, too.
Nice to see you again, Black Rabbit.
What brings you guys here?
That's our line.
We came all this way to find you playing cards.
Let's talk later.
Okay then. Let me sub in for you, Palestine. I can turn your game around. Huh? You're doing subs? I know this game to some extent. I'm not quite as adept with complex calculations as you, Major, but would you mind if I took your place? Are you too serious? Yeah, I've hit my limit. It's true that they most likely know the game better than us. Do you take issue with the change? I don't, personally. Nothing wrong with mixing things up. Let's see how you play. Are you two really sure? Well, this is an interesting turn of events. What say we start over with them? Why even offer when you're the one who's winning? You've been too focused on what your partners were doing. Doesn't make it as fun for me. Let's start fresh and take the game seriously this time. Alright, if you insist. I'll even let you play with your own deck if you want. I'm sticking with mine, of course. Should I keep using the Jaeger King's deck? I might stand a chance with my collection. I think we'll use our personal, because I did play quite a bit of that. Ready when you are. I don't know if I have like great cards, but I'm used to my own deck. Are they gonna be okay? I don't know, but what choice do we have? His opponent is none other than the Jaeger King. We'll simply have to wait and see. Good luck, kids. And you too as well, Rean. Alright, then let the rematch begin between Rutger and Rean begin. Here goes. Okay, we're actually playing. Yeah, we're good. Damn. AP increased by 1. I ended up playing with the borrowed deck because my cards were not good enough. Ooh, phew, I won. I wonder if the other ones won too. Guess that does it. Yes. Congrats on the win. But Muse and Ash are still playing. What? That's all you got? Those are, I think I recognize those 3 cards that deal 6 damage or 7 if your master is a queen or something. 3 vanishes for 18 points? You're killing me. How long you been holding on those? Don't tell me you were gonna say I cheated without proof, are you? It's just common sense to hold on to your best move till the very end. But you can't play these with, like, in 1 turn of mana? Oh, I like you. And that's the end of my turn. And the end of the game, I lost. I'd say using Uptide in round 3 saw to that. You did well to think so far ahead. Oh, I wouldn't go that far, I just happened to have good draws. So everyone won. I'm surprised that they were all able to make a comeback. Each of them displayed an impressive amount of strategy. Ash probably cheated, but at least he's good enough to hide it. I'll be. Didn't think all 3 of us would slip up. Guess I really am old. It doesn't really feel like we won. Not only did my student have to come in and save me, but you gave me a second shot when you were winning. Yeah, but a win's a win. I keep a promise.
Time for your reward. I'll answer a few questions for you. That thing I showed you is called Zephyr. Sorry, that's the most I'm gonna say on that one.
Zephyr. That's not even a useful information. You mean the one we saw at Sutherland? Zephyr. Feels like a suitable name for a divine knight. Here's what else I want to know. Including Zephyr, I've noticed 4 groups in action. That makes you the red constellation, Nidhogger, and an unidentified group of purple jaegers. What's everyone's objective here? Keep it going. Straight shooter. Figured you ask. Each corps has different objectives, but you could break it down to 2 sides. On one side, you've got the red constellation and the purple jaegers. On the other side, you've got us and Nidhogger. They were hired by the government. The government hired jaegers? It does clear up things. And the teams are about in line with what we expected. Just to make sure, Zephyr and Nidhogger are on the same side, but you weren't hired by the government, right? Exactly. We've got similar interests, so we're choosing to back them up. I'll bet you already know who hired us, and you probably already know the red constellation is siding with the society, which brings us to what you don't know, the identity of the purple jaegers.
Surely you've realized who they are by now, Sara Valestein. The dead soldiers who, even after losing the Northern War, couldn't throw their pride away. The deserters from the Northern Jaegers.
The Northern Jaegers.
Are they? They're a large-scale Jaeger Corps, which was based in the former North Ambria state.
I was afraid of this. Sara.
Did she even say anything about that? About her fear?
Hey, hold up!
We won, and you're not giving us jack besides a name and who's backing who?
What can I say? We're fine with letting a little secret slip out here and there. But you ain't earned more than that. I think that's plenty for now.
Drip dropping information.
Screw off.
I knew it.
I will say, though, those were some solid matches.
He was holding on.
This was fun.
Should the chance come, let's play again. Until then,
I can never remember their names. I could have never guessed that his name was Leonidas. Although I remember now, like I know I knew it subconsciously, but names, I'm so bad with them. Look at his cards. This was his hand? He could have dealt lethal damage with this combination, and he would have been free to play them at the end. He was going easy on us. That goes here, and this goes there. I see. What? Look at this. Look at his master. Was he cheating too? I don't think he was. He's just that good. Well played, Jaeger King. Well, as he said, a win is a win, and we got some answers. It didn't sound like much, but what he said spoke volumes. You should be proud, Rean. You too as well, Muse and Ash. Oh, thank you. No problem. I should have said it first. Thanks for helping me. But you will explain why you were in a casino unsupervised, I'm sure? Oh dear, I've suddenly become lightheaded after such an intense match and cannot speak. Wait, we're only here because... Okay, we're just as guilty. At least they were able to help the instructor. Perhaps I should practice Vantage Master in my spare time. You don't get a free pass just because you know how to play a card game. "10:30 p.m.
Unacceptable.
You have acted without leave again and again. Why exactly did you feel it was necessary to chase after Instructor Schwarzer? We have no excuses. Indeed. Major, I've already given him a harsh warning. I think maybe is enough? Silence. This is my task as commanding officer. This regarding the rules and sneaking out is unacceptable. To make sure that's clear, I'm going to drill it into your skulls from now to lights out. But staying up too late is terrible for my complexion. Hey, we're all wiped out, so couldn't you just keep it short? It's a shame, but I suppose it is what it is. Hey, a little tough love every now and then might do him some good. It just feels wrong. I mean, they're the reason we got that info from the Jaeger King. You can worry about the punishment some other time. Right now, we should be focusing on what we learned. Yeah, we're dealing with a branch unit of Northern Jaegers, people of the annexed North Ambria. It's been half a year since the annexation at the end of the Northern War. Most of the Northern Jaegers were drafted into the Imperial Army. Still, a large number of them went away without leave. That's right. Until now, they were believed to have fled to the Midwest. I never thought we'd encountered them here in Lemaire. Given that they were wearing new gear, do you think the Society is backing them? Well, they seem to be on the same side as the Red Constellation, so it's a possibility. Damn, this is turning into a real headache. I wish we would see the map more often as a whole. I feel like it would help me geographically place everything that's happening. Like, we see it when the train's traveling around, and I guess we can sort of fast travel through it. Or maybe I should take my time and look at what is where. I don't know what North Ambria is close to. I don't even know if it's on the map. And I wonder if we're gonna get to North Ambria in one of those games. If it's annexed, then it's Erebonian territory, I guess. But they did cover that area in the anime, so I don't know if it's out of the games. We'll see. By the way, anyone else surprised to hear that the Empire hired Nidogre? They didn't share that information with the RMP, but I hear that the Intelligence Division often hires Jaegers for their black ops. Lecter should be able to shine some light on that if we ask him tomorrow. That's enough, Revelt. You may be off duty, but it's not your place to collect classified government information. Try to remember that you are the foremost representative of the Railway Military Police. Forgive me, a message came from HQ. You're to be in Heimdall by sunrise. As for the rest of you, you may depart tomorrow morning. It's already late after all. This was only day 1 of the field exercises. Apparently it's a 4-day trip. I know it's his job to be stone-faced, but would it kill him to lighten up a little? It's pretty sweet when it comes to a student, really. True, he's stuck serving 2 masters, but he really does try. Seriously, you should have seen him when he first started. He softened up quite a bit. Is that so? Okay, we've shared the information we've learned today with all the relevant parties. Instructor Sara, Major Claire, why don't you two take the guest room for tonight? Very well. Thank you for your hospitality. That's our Toa, always ready for anything. You're too kind. Angie, why don't you bunk with me? Really, Toa? That's your idea? Of course, I'm always happy to share your bed. Toa has some secret plan. She's not even reacting. Toa, what? Like, really? That is so strange. Full moon. The moon's out tonight. Maybe I'll go get some fresh air. I'll be leaving early tomorrow too, so I need to make sure I'm not up too much longer. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm gonna go take a shower. It's always nice and refreshing.
Oh, this is nice.
I don't know if my CP was already restored, but looks like we have some conversations to have.
I didn't know that happened. Yeah, you and George really saved my bacon that time.
Seems like things are going well, and no wonder they haven't seen each other for a year and a half.
Rean, I sense lurking out there. Oh? Why don't you come in, silly?
Looks like I underestimated you. Angelica, that's my thing. It seems like you've really been sharpening your martial arts skills, huh, Angelica? Yeah, I went and visited a bunch of different schools that have connections to Taito. I think I've pretty much parked my head full of kung fu by now. No wonder, your movements are so sharp now. You were able to meet with your master again, right? The one who first taught you Taito? Yeah, she's from Calvard, so it's pretty hard to get over there to see her. But I was able to talk with her about quite a few things while I was there, so it was a good trip. Well, I don't really understand anything about martial arts, but were you able to finish your cross-continental motorcycle trip? Nah, I haven't been able to hit everywhere just yet. I went around Liberl, Remiferia, Ored, Le Mans, and Arteria. Then from there, I was able to make it to the central eastern part of the continent, but Eastern Zemuria is kind of a tough nut to crack. Eastern Zemuria? I've only heard stories. It seems like the desertification has gotten worse, and there's less and less land where people can live. That's why there's been such an influx of immigrants moving into Calvard. Actually, Master Kafai, my teacher, is there right now. Desertification like Radiant Historia. Oh, is that so? Just what I'd expect from the founder of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. I asked the local guild branch out there, and they said it'd take me half a year to get to the east by land. I was worried about what was going on at home there too, so unfortunately I had to give up on heading that way. Master Kafai said something like that in a letter he sent to me. The dragon veins are nearly depleted. Those were the words he used. It seems like they have a lot to deal with over there too. If the Empire wasn't in such a state, I would have loved to go there and help too. I was actually talking about this with George too. If it's even possible to use our technology to support Eastern Zemuria and stop the desertification there. Once things are finally settled and done here in the Empire, it might be something for us and all you guys from Class 7 to look into. Huh. Angie. You truly are something, Angie. But you're here. You're right. We've gotten help from a lot of people from other countries. So someday we have to make sure we're not just contributing to the Empire, but to the entire continent of Zemuria. Now you're getting it. After that, Rean, Toa, and Angelica all reminisced about their school days together. Once they finished their trip down memory lane, Rean bid them goodnight and left the room. I'm curious to see if we can go somewhere else on that train. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of people to talk to everywhere. Rean? You can't get to sleep? Nah, I just couldn't resist the sight of that gorgeous moon of the calming sound of waves.
That thing I showed you is called Zephyr. Sorry, that's the most I'm gonna say on that one.
Hey, Valimar, does the name Zephyr ring any bell? I feel as though I faintly remember that name. Ah, yes, though only a small fragment, I remember something. 250 years ago, during the War of the Lions, Zephyr was the name of the Divine Knight under the Sixth Prince's command. Just as I thought. Lucius Riza Arner. He was the pilot of the Palatinate Knight. I wonder if one day there's going to be a spin-off trail where we're playing that 250 years ago event. No, he did not pilot the Knight. The actual Awakener was the leader of a mercenary group hired by the Prince. He was a crafty individual, but he lent the Prince his power. I see, so there's even a parallel between him and the Jaeger King. But wasn't the Palatinate Knight destroyed by the Vermilion Apocalypse? Correct. As such, it's difficult to say whether the one you saw was the same one or not, but as long as the Black Workshop and the gnomes are involved, we can't rule anything out just yet. Yeah. I wish I at least knew whether they're friends or foes. Just because they're working against Ouroboros doesn't necessarily mean they're on our side. We'll simply need to pay close attention to their actions. If you come across any new facts, be sure to let me know. I may recall more information. Can do. Thanks. Oh, Sara. Not Yuna. Saw pink hair. At the bar, it would have been surprising if it was Yuna drinking some spirituous whatever, 96. What's the matter? Can't sleep? Well, not exactly. It's just that there's so much going on. I need to sort all my thoughts. I know how that is. Hey, Rean, how about you have a little drink with me before bed? Sometimes a little room to breathe is all you need to sort yourself out. Here, I'll pour you a bit. This stuff will really kick you in the teeth, so you should probably just dip your tongue in it to start out. Is he gonna get tipsy before he speaks to everyone else? Oh, you weren't kidding.
Liquor from Northumbria. Said to be the strongest drink in the world. Guess it's kind of hard to get much stronger than 96% though, huh?
96%. If I take a normal sip of this, I'll already be on the floor. But the stinging on my tongue is turning to a little sweet.
I knew you'd be able to appreciate it. Never thought the day'd come when I'd get to talk with you over drinks like this. That new Class 7 of yours, they're a good bunch of kids.
Yeah, they've still got a long ways to go though. I'm struggling as an instructor too. I just wish I could guide them a little better.
They're all pretty unique kids, just like you guys were. But I know things will work out for you. I mean, come on. They were all so worried about you, they ran headlong after you.
I'm sure they had a bit of a push from a certain someone though.
You already knew, didn't you? Who those purple Jaegers are.
Yes. What they said brought back some complicated feelings. At first I wasn't sure, but then when I saw your reaction, I knew.
Guess I've still got a ways to go myself in that case.
Back then, during the Northern War, I couldn't do a thing. I spent all my time getting rid of the archaisms that were let loose on the city. All the higher-ups in the Northern Jaegers, the ones who worked with Ouroboros, got away. If I'd captured them, Northumbria's government would have called for a ceasefire. I could have stopped the annexation.
That's a nice little scenario, Rean. But you know it's a load of bull, don't you? The annexation of Northumbria was done under the Imperial government's orders. Way I hear it, General Le Guin agreed to take the place over to keep the provincial armies from being disbanded. The outcome was decided from the start.
That's...
In the middle of that farce of a war, you managed to save the lives of tens of thousands of citizens. And the Jaegers you met today? I think they know that. But maybe it was impossible from the start. Fixing a country already being destroyed from within by Jaegers. You probably knew that too.
Who?
Whoopsie. Well, you see, he was... he was my first love.
Really?
Well, actually, he was the closest thing I had to a dad. Way back during the Northumbrian disaster, when the salt pail covered so much of the Principality in a storm of salt, a man took in an orphaned infant. He was a former colonel in the army, and one of the people who founded the Northern Jaegers. As soon as I was old enough to understand anything, I knew that Jaegers who came back with foreign currency were considered heroes. The man who raised me was one of the leaders of the Northern Jaegers, the heroes of our homeland. I looked up to my dad more than anyone. Wanting to be just like him, I joined a juvenile Jaeger Corps at the age of 10. After a few years of harsh training, I was admitted to the main corps at the tender age of 13. It was there that I experienced my first real battle. It was hell, a field of death, where lives are tossed aside to satisfy someone else's desires. There I lived, smoke and blood painted across my body. And there I stayed, eventually becoming the Jaeger known as the Purple Lightning. But after a while, it reached a point where I couldn't take it anymore. When I was 18, I was assigned command of a squad. We had a mission near Erebonia, fighting some proxy war on behalf of the nobles. The enemy was Needhog. My squad was destroying them, but just when we thought victory was ours. Our efforts to avoid dragging any civilians into the fight left us open to a counterattack. We got hit hard. And then my dad showed up and saved me. Even though he was serving as the commander for the entire corps, he came to our rescue and suffered a fatal injury for it.
Do you see now? This is the fate of all Jaegers. You must think long and hard on whether you wish to continue down this path.
It could have been because he was once part of the Principality's army, but he was quite the gentleman. Now that I think back, he never seemed to like the fact that I became a Jaeger. Anyway, he left me with those final words and passed away in my arms. I screamed and screamed until my voice gave out, until I passed out from utter exhaustion. When I woke up, I was in an Imperial Army camp.
I wonder if that's why she likes older men in general. Like the trauma of like secretly wanting a dad. Mostly. What was that when Instructor Beatrix treated you?
Apparently they were there to check on the damage caused by all the Jaegers fighting. Neidhart and Mueller-Vander, who were both second lieutenants back then, were there too. They told me the battle had been over for a while, and all my comrades had already packed up and left for home. Hadn't even thanked them before rushing back to my hometown. And what greeted me when I got there were celebrations and congratulations from my friends and the townsfolk. We had lost my father, but we won the war we were hired for. The nobles had given us an enormous pile of mira. That meant we wouldn't die of starvation during the coming winter. I was relieved, but my tears just wouldn't stop. In order to save my hometown from poverty, I covered myself in the smoke of war and the blood of innocents in foreign lands. Seeing the smiles on the faces of everyone in town and knowing the cost cut me deep. It was right then that I decided to quit being a Jaeger and leave my hometown. I joined up with the Bracer Guild, knowing I could put my combat skills to work and make some decent mira if I hit A rank. That way I could send some money back home. Money that wasn't stained with blood.
I finally understand. the true origin of your strength and kindness.
I'm not strong or kind, but I think I've finally started to get closer. Little by little. Closer to being like the man I admired so much. My dad. My commander. And my first love.
Sara. But it makes sense now. No wonder you fall for all the silver foxes. There you go.
Yeah. No getting around the fact that I've got myself the daddy of all father complexes. But you know, lately I found myself attracted to some younger guys.
I don't think that's real. She's just
You got me
getting
talking
green.
too much. You don't watch yourself. You could make a real dangerous womanizer. Well,
Rean
with
is
that,
just
I bid you good night and sweet dreams.
the love interest of everyone, except Angelica. But even Angelica, I bet, would make an exception. I should say every woman. Because there ain't no... I don't think any of the guys have shown, like, romantic interest to other guys so far in the story. This was an awesome dream, right? Wait, he's happy about this. I think it's the alcohol also that's playing in this scene. Oh well, I'll just assume I've been tricked by fairies on the eve of summer festival. Oh yeah, I forgot about that festival. Okay, let's go to car number 2. Next to where Angelica and Toa were, but I guess it's that one.
That's enough, Claire. Though you have the Chancellor's protection, your actions today are only going to come back to bite you.
You don't understand, Michael.
Show
Who's
yourself.
No, that was careless of me. Forgive me, I didn't mean to overhear. Rean. Schwarzer, I don't appreciate you eavesdropping. I've said my piece, but I advise you to think this over. Unless you want what happened 10 years ago to shackle you forever. I'm really sorry, I just came for some air. Well, I've got an early morning tomorrow, so I should probably... Rean, can we talk just for a little while? I want to continue our previous conversations. And we might as well do so in the light of the moon. Of course, you can tell me anything.
Michael, Major Irving, is my cousin. He was born Michael Revelt.
I see now. You two do seem
were,
rather close.
Once. But 10 years ago, he took his mother's surname and abandoned the name Revelt. It was after I had the man who took my family away executed. That man was my uncle. His father.
What a small world. What happened?
Perhaps you're familiar with the Revelt Company? They're known for making musical instruments. Well, they were originally located in St. Arc. My father was the president, and my uncle the vice president. The company was doing well, but more importantly, our family was happy. Until an horrible car accident. There weren't many of them on the roads back then. A stolen truck crashed into us. Then its driver disappeared into the night. In the end, they never found him. It became a cold case. My parents and my little brother died in that accident.
Oh.
But by some miracle, I survived. And my uncle's family took me in. After my father's death, my uncle took control of the company. Though I was grateful to him for taking me in, I couldn't help but ask myself, why was I the only one to survive? Soon after that, while looking through my father's things, I found the account books. Flipping through them, I noticed something strange. The Revelt Company prided itself on offering high-quality, carefully crafted instruments at an affordable price. but certain entries showed unbelievable spikes in profits. I had a feeling something was wrong, so I looked a little deeper. Each account book I read put things in starker relief. At last, I realized what my uncle had been doing right under my father's nose. He was making a fortune selling cheap, mass-produced instruments from abroad under the Revolt Company name. He even had the gall to commission a product he could sell as Maestro class to scam people out of even more money. I knew Father must have noticed his brother's wrongdoing and planned to question him. But before he could, the accident took his life. When I confronted my uncle about this, he was surprisingly candid. You've got no proof. And if you did have any, I've got several powerful nobles ready to back me up should it come to that. Even if you talk, the most suspicious part of that accident is that you're the lone survivor. Good luck getting anyone to listen to you. I was angry, yes. But more than that, I was heartbroken. I didn't know what to do with myself. Until he showed up.
I was a friend of your father's in military school. I thought the accident seemed peculiar. Do forgive me for allowing you to suffer for so long on your own.
Somehow, he knew the truth behind the accident. But the fact that I knew took him aback for a moment.
You have a gift. Enhanced cognition. It allows you to grasp every detail, great or small, of any given situation in an instant. It must have awakened during the accident. I was going to mete out the murderer's punishment myself, but I've changed my mind. You have the means and the ability. Why not use them to avenge your family?
I was petrified when I heard this, lost. All I could see were the smiling faces of my parents and my beloved little brother. That's when I decided to take His Excellency's advice. I gathered every last scrap of evidence I could find against my uncle. I laid everything bare. The plot, the motive, the cover-up, the perpetrator. I had too much evidence to be silenced. I made my voice louder and louder until it reached Marquis High-Arm's ears. Soon after, the nobles protecting my uncle stepped aside. My uncle's judgment was swift, harsh, and fair. He was put to death for his actions. I had my revenge.
Nice.
But it came at a price. I lost my family and my hometown. As soon as the company was in my control, I gave the rights to a longtime employee. All so I could enroll in the military academy suggested by His Excellency. All so I could enroll in Thor's.
Claire. I finally understand both why you hold Chancellor Osborne in such high regard, and why once in a while I see sadness in your eyes. And it seems to me like Major Michael is worried about you. His tone may have been harsh, but it came from a place of concern.
You're right. It was sheer coincidence that we both joined the RMP, but he's always looked out for me, both as a superior officer and as a colleague. Not that I've ever felt like I deserved it. I gave in to my desire for vengeance and mercilessly sent my own uncle to his death. 10 years ago, my aunt and my cousins cursed my name as I robbed them of the man they loved. I imagine they must still hate me for what I did.
I don't think so. Not exactly. At the very least, it's clear that Major Michael really cares about you. Everyone who knows you well, even Instructor Sara, who isn't your biggest fan, respects you too much to hate you. Milliam and Major Lecter, Elise and Princess Alphen, Yuna, the original Class 7, and me, of course, we all hold you in the highest regard.
You really are too kind. To be perfectly honest, you remind me of my brother.
What was his name?
Emile. His name was Emile. If he were alive, I think he'd be about your age.
Is she smelling him? It kind of looks like that, but I think it's... what? It's like, oh my god, you're like my brother. And then she kisses him? That's kind of weird. This sort of like, oh, you remind me of a father figure, or associating siblings or parental figures with romantic moments. We've had that with Agatha and Tita, where there's this like long lost sister and brother that they remind each other of, and then they sort of get romantic about that. Well, they don't really, but I can feel that it's coming or it's developing, and then people are teasing them about this and this. And we just heard of Sarah's story that is very similar for a father figure. I guess trauma can really mix things up in your brain. Maybe it just makes sense, and we shouldn't question it too much. I just never pictured her as someone who would kiss Rean, even on the cheek.
Thank you for hearing me out. But I think tonight is the last time I'll compare you to my brother.
I don't think it's like so romantic here, but I feel like that kiss is a little bit surprising.
It's disrespectful, both to him and to the man you've become. Good night, Rean. Sweet dreams.
She didn't drink. Rean did. If there was alcohol involved, I'm like, okay, yeah, she's kind of... We're getting some subconscious stuff that are coming out without control. Oh, and she kissed... I missed that. Jeez, what did they... 2 kisses? Rean, oh my god. I'm not surprised that I feel wide awake, but it's weird that my heart feels so light. I get the feeling that I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Better head back to my room. That is a way to process information and all your feelings. Damn. Okay. We are gonna go back to the room, and that is going to lead us into the morning, I believe. So we're gonna keep that for the next episode. I'm going to go and process my thoughts as well. See you in the next one.